Oops, I forgot to sign off on that last one. Sorry about that. But here we are. We found the mean right here. We found the standard deviation, and we're using this big awful God-forsaken table. This is the method when they said, here, let me go back to the instructions. It says, use the methods of 6.1. This is what they mean, which technically is the methods from 3.3. That's when we first learned this. It's a weighted mean. So there it is. Now, let's go back. For part C, it says to compute the mean and the standard deviation using the methods from this section. Well, let me go back a second. I have to find the formula. Nope, not there. I'm zooming out real quick. There it is, page 351. So on page 351, let me zoom in on this formula for a second. This is what they're talking about. The mean and the standard deviation, here they are. There are formulas for them. So if this is part B right here, part A, of course, being the table in the first place. You know what, I'm going to put it down here, B. Okay, for part C, they want the mean, and the mean is, you know what, I'll write it this way. Mean equals n times p. Now, if you want to write it with the formula, here, I'll show you. Go to Insert, click Symbol, and mu is a Greek letter. It looks like a U kind of with a tail on the front end of it. It's mu, M-U. Like my mom was in Phi Mu when she went to college. Okay, so if you want to give it that symbol, you go right ahead. Mu is NP. So what's N for us? N was 6 times, here, I'm going to put it over here. N was 6 times P, the probability of success, which is 0.3. Ta-da! There you go. I'm going to make it, let's make it light blue. Now, why would I be making it blue again? Well, because I want you to see, 1.8. 1.8, see? This long, god-awful way gets you the exact same answer as if you just use the simple formula. Nice, huh? All right, now what about sigma, standard deviation? So I love Greek symbols. I'm going to go back and insert symbol. There's sigma right there. By the way, the recently used ones stay down here, so once you've found them the first time, they should be pretty easy to find from then on. So it'll be right down here in the recently used. All right, sigma equals, all right, square root. There's no square root symbol. Well, there probably is, but it's not worth it. And then n times p times 1 minus p. If you don't believe me, there it is, right? Square root n times p times 1 minus p. I do know what I'm talking about. I'm going to make this column bigger so I can see it. Alrighty, so let's type it. Equals square root, parentheses, n, which is 6 for us, times p, which was 0.3, times 1 minus p. Now if you want, you can do parentheses 1 minus 0.3, or you can just do it in your head, right? It's got to be 0.7 because that way they make 1 total. There you go. Bold. I'm going to make it a color. How about burgundy? There we go. Hey, look. It's the exact same answer. Much, much, much quicker. That's the beauty of those formulas. All right, last but not least, I don't know if you remember, but it said to make a histogram. So we're going to highlight our lovely probabilities here. And click on Insert, click on Column, choose the top left. Delete that stupid thing. We don't need the legend. I'm going to go up here and type binomial distribution. Oopsie. Histogram. N equals 6. P equals 0.3. The only other thing is we're not supposed to have the gaps. So let me right click, format data series, no gap, close. Right click on the horizontal axis, choose select data, horizontal axis edit, and for the axis labels you got to go over here and highlight 0 through 6 and say OK and say OK. There we go. We got our histogram. Bars are all touching and they've got the right horizontal axis. Cool. All right, we're done with that problem. Now we'll move on to the next one next time.